Well, to tell you the truth, I'm watching this Trump very carefully. You know, I kind of flip-flopped on this guy a couple times already. And let me put it to you this way. I just because I come up with a conclusion, it doesn't mean it's a hard, fast conclusion. I'm always watching out for something that could actually alert me to what the hell the real deal is. Now, I didn't trust him from quite a while, and I thought maybe he was okay because he's in real estate, and real estate actually is tied to the wealth of the country. If the country goes down, your real estate in the country is worth less. Like you can have golden beaches on an area that's in a poor country, they're not worth that much money. But if it's in a rich country and you got these golden beaches by the water and it's warm and it's a country where it has a high cost of living, that real estate's worth a hell of a lot of money. So real estate is really tied to the wealth of the country. So that's one thing I've kind of figured. But I always questioned why he never freaking went for the jugular with the Clintons all along. And how come he was buddy-buddy with them all those years, praising him. In the last couple of years, he changed his tune. Then I found something in his background, and I says, well, maybe he is legit because he went to the New York Military Academy for 5 years. I mean, he wasn't like a perfect cadet, I know that, but he did get in a lot of trouble. They used to call detentions DTs for nickname for Donald Trump. But the thing is, that instilled a lot of patriotism in him. Fine. But one thing he's saying recently, and I'm telling you this just to watch out because I don't know for sure, okay? But I'm watching everything this guy's saying. He said that if he goes to the convention and he loses, he's not going to go out there and praise the other guys. He's going to go probably play golf on one of his golf courses. And I'm thinking to myself, that's lame, buddy. That's lame. Because if you believe in something, because I was wondering why it took him, because I know you could post pictures and videos of stuff he said way back when, but he's been all over the freaking board politically over the last 20 years. He said, this is wrong, that's right, on the same issue, whether it's abortion, gun control, whatever the hell it is. He's been all over the board. He has been consistent with America first, but I'm not 100. I'm looking at, is this guy really a fighter? I already picked up a long time ago that Ron Paul was a load of shit. Okay, you're gonna be really mad at me for this, but I know I got hammered for that. But the guy was not really fighting. I know Trump is fighting a hell of a lot more than Ron Paul. I know that. That I already know. Because Ron Paul, when he got cheated out of elections, he didn't really say crap, and he just supported Romney, which is bullshit. Trump is already fighting way more than Ron Paul, way more. But I don't think it's good enough just to give up, because the thing is, say you got elected. Do you think that winning an election is the hardest task? No. Winning the election is just getting you in the door. That's like you made the job interview. He talks about The Apprentice, and I'm going to drop some more dimes on this video about other things because, it's just so much stuff out there. I could spend 10 hours telling you all the crap that the Clintons did, the Bushes did, and all the kind of crap that goes on behind the scenes that a lot of the major media is not saying. And that Donald Trump could be putting a lot of money towards and getting that word out and blow her right the hell out of the water. I mean, the howitzer, the 105 howitzer right on the hill to beast, and she's done. But no, he's not doing that. He's not really doing that. To me, if he lost, he ought to use some of that money to freaking blow her out of the water politically, where she's going to be totally hamstrung. She's going to be done. And actually, I look at all the freaking people in the government that are all around her. They're total traitors, and they deserve, the full punishment of what traitors are. So, I'm watching this guy carefully because I'm thinking to myself, if he says, I don't win the election, I'm just going to play golf, and that's it, I'm done. Well, you're not a fighter, baby. You're not a fighter. Like Ross Perot he was a scam too, man. I mean, the whole thing is rigged to the max. Now, when I'm looking at this lady here, she's something where I don't just look at her as the problem. I also look at her supporters as the problem. And I know she's got a lot of black support in the South, but I got less freaking problem with them than the wealthy, white, educated people that support this lady. Some people don't understand what the hell's going on with this lady, and a lot of people do understand, and what they do understand is they're going to go along with whatever freaking helps that seems to be the best for them. That's what they do. In other words, smart people pretty much put their bets on where it's most beneficial for them. I know some of the people that are poor are kind of like betting on her because, they think that that's going to protect their benefits the best. But I'm going to tell you one thing. This lady's going to throw the blacks under the bus real fast once she gets in office. She's a white, privileged, rich bitch from Illinois, spoiled daddy's little girl, and she's telling all the blacks whatever the hell they want to hear, and once she gets in office, she's going to throw them under the bus. She might tell you some stuff, she might do some stuff, but bottom line, she can throw you under the bus. That's what it is. Once she gets in, she only cares about herself. That's it. Bill Clinton, he's kind of like the Dixie Mafia boss of freaking Arkansas. There's so much crap going on with this guy. His position he's probably going to get appointed to some kind of UN position if she gets in office. When I look at it like this, if Trump walks out and doesn't fight anymore, like in other words, say he doesn't get nominated and he doesn't fight the Clintons after he doesn't get nominated, I'm going to say he's full of shit. Okay? In other words, if that was me and I was fighting to be president and I hated all this crap that, he's saying right now that Hillary and Bill are very, very crooked, right? She's always been crooked. Well, for crying out loud, if you lose the election, make sure you put all your money, you lose the nomination. Put your money to freaking bringing these people down. If he just walks away and plays golf, I'm going to say he was there just to freaking, because what happens if Trump doesn't win the nomination? Guess what happens? A lot of Republicans are not going to vote, and you know what's going to happen there? Hildebeest is going to win. That's going to give her a better chance at winning. Now, for me, I'm actually coming up. This is a bumper sticker I ordered. Hang the bitch, Hildebeest. I'm doing my part. I don't give a shit. I'll give it out to a couple people that agree with this, and get the word out. I don't really agree with the stuff. What is that? Hillary for prison, versus Hillary for president. Yeah, I call it hang the bitch, Hildebeest, man. String her up, man. This is bullshit, including all the freaking White House aides and crap that are all around her that knew this kind of shit. And, the FBI fumbling, stumbling idiots and the CIA crooks in action that aren't doing nothing about this, they're going to find out that they're not going to have anything in the long run anyway. And I'm not talking the real long run, because if you look at Deagle.com, which is a pretty responsible military site, they're talking about by year 2025, the United States is actually going to pretty much cease to exist as it is. It's not a conspiracy site. It's Deagle.com, Deagle. If you look at the future population statistics for the United States, they're showing decrease in population, drastic decrease in population, like Japan, Germany, even in Russia a little bit, UK, France, but especially the United States, an 80% decrease in the population. I don't even believe this shit, but I believe it partly. They say decrease in the population is going to be for exodus, but the problem is they're not going to be able to go to another place that is stable. So when the Hildebeest is in office, if she gets in office, she's going to be presiding over the freaking fall of the United States. So from 2016 to 2020 and to 2024, if she gets in again, they're estimating by 2025 the population of the United States is going to be 64.9 million from 313 point something million right now. An 80% reduction. I don't know if that's true, but even a 20% reduction would mean that we got major problems. 20%, in other words, they say population reduction from not just starvation or something like that, or internal turmoil, but from exodus. They're predicting that the deficit is going to cause the entire government to default and everything's going to go down. That's why I'm a little bit wondering about what the hell is going to happen with Trump. Make America great again. If he quits if he doesn't get nominated and he quits right after that, I'm already saying this guy's a load of it. He's got a lot of money. He could put more. If you want to put bumper stickers out, he could put, 100 million hang the bitch freaking bumper stickers out there. Now, I'm going to say this also. This other guy, the Republicans, they're all in cahoots with the freaking Democrats to the max, too. For instance, at Mena, Arkansas, when he had the drug running going into there with the CIA, I saw the stuff on a long time ago where the CIA agent that ratted out the other CIA agents. He told what was really going on, bringing in drugs to Made in Arkansas during a time when Clinton was governor. That was going on when George H.W. Bush was president. And, Reagan was around, too. It was for fun. It was the Iran-Contra stuff that was going on at the time. The Republicans are crooks, too. Big time. Big time. They're all dirty. They're all in on a New World Order. Yeah, we're thinking that Trump is against the New World Order, but who knows? Who knows? Who really knows? Who really knows? You don't know 100%, but we do know that the Bushes are New World Order, the Clintons are New World Order, Lion Ted Cruz's New World Order, John Casel's New World Order, and of course, even Bernie actually probably won't be as much, but yeah, I tell you the truth, I'd probably take Bernie over a freaking Republican, even, for crying out loud. Be the first time I ever did that. I mean, I'd rather have I don't know, somebody else that would be a good Republican, but that's just a freaking label, man. Now you also got to remember what about the boys at the track. Here's Donnie. There's things that happen so many times. Like, there was so much body counts with the Clintons, like the boys on the tracks. They were found sleeping on the tracks. The autopsy says they were sleeping on the tracks. No, they were killed first, put on the tracks, and the train ran them over. And that's because they saw stuff, planes coming in at Maine, Arkansas, back when Clinton was governor. There's not rumor mongering about this shit. Even Clinton's brother, freaking Billy Clinton's brother, used to say that his brother had a nose like a vacuum cleaner for cocaine. There's all kinds of cocaine trafficking going in, and that's how they're funding a lot of the clandestine operations. Because why did they do this? Why did they bring the drugs in? Why did the CIA bring in the drugs and stuff like that? And here's the other one that died, the other boy that died, Kevin, on the tracks. There's a lot of people that died, though. A lot of people. I'm bringing up too. But why are they bringing in drugs? Because this Congress wanted to know what exactly the money was going to if they were going to fund the CIA for black operations. So they said, well, if the Congress wants to know, we're going to make money some other way. We're going to get money through drugs. Like they were bringing back drugs through dead bodies of GIs coming back from Vietnam, even before all this stuff. What's going on in Afghanistan, too. They're protecting the heroin traffic. That's really what the hell that shit's about. It's all about, I don't know how much Trump is going to actually say about this kind of shit. But, the thing is, he's got the money to fund all kinds of publications, independent publications behind the scenes to really get the word out. Has he been doing that? No. No. This is one of the reasons I'm staying on YouTube, because, I'm not just doing this for money. I'm I'm a problem to these jerks, man. And that's why I'm staying on here. Because, one thing is, I also put this out a couple years ago. And Danny Williams, the son of Bill Clinton, right? I put this out almost 3 years ago, June 2013. And, that's Danny. And Danny Williams himself picked this up on his Facebook. And, it's actually got some people its attention, because I knew about this from the 90s, a long time ago. Well, doesn't have like a million hits or nothing, but it's 64,000. But, it's getting some of the word out on some of this bullshit that's going on. Is Danny Williams the son of Bill? He is the son of Bill Clinton. There's no bullshitting around. Bill Clinton used to say he was always shooting blanks, right? He used to say that's why Hillary Clinton got knocked up by Webb Hubbell, right? Webb Hubbell is the father of Chelsea Clinton. Now here I'm showing Jennifer Flowers for a reason, though. But Jennifer Flowers actually said she had a paid abortion by Bill Clinton. So Bill Clinton got Jennifer Flowers mad. There was Juanita, it was another one that almost got pregnant, but she just got raped. There was Danny Williams, he's the son of Bill Clinton. So Bill Clinton wasn't shooting blanks. So why the hell did Hillary Clinton get knocked up by Webb Hubbell? I don't know. I don't know why. I know the only reason she got knocked up is because politically it looks better if she was as a mother. She thought they told people, political strategists told the Clintons that if because Hillary's more lesbian than freaking heterosexual, and she probably hates Bill so much she probably didn't want his kid, so she got it from Webb Hubbell. That's what I'm assuming. But Bill Clinton even said on national interview that the father was Webb Hubbell, but he said it was because Bill said it was because he was shooting blanks. He was impotent. Now that's not true, because Jennifer Flowers stated that she got knocked up by Bill Clinton and she had an abortion by Bill Clinton. you know. And she also stated some other stuff, like for instance, she told Bill Clinton, "Hey, do you know your wife? I heard your wife was like screwing around with other women." And Bill Clinton laughed. He goes, "Ha ha ha! She probably ate more pussy than I did." That's what Bill Clinton said. He knows about it. They don't give a shit. They're just all out there for whatever they can grab. And people are freaking voting for these people. Some people don't know, but I know the educated white wealthy people, the liberal bastards, let's call that liberal like socialistic or communistic, those people really disgust me. The people that don't know better, that's one thing. But the people that do know better, I know what the deal is. They're just going with what they figure is going to be good for them, at least in the short term. But actually, when I look at that Deagle site, when the population is going to be 64 point, I don't know if that's going to be that bad, but they're, it's a responsible military site that's doing estimates and forecasts on the economies and military strengths of various countries and what the forecasts are going to be for the next 10 years. They're forecasting the United States to be basically destroyed economically, militarily, and even population wise. Not just from like starvation or freaking maybe internal strife, but from exodus. People won't want to live here; they'll just leave. Now, what's that bring? Why is this coming about? It's actually from both the Republican and Democratic parties that are bringing this about. I don't know if Trump is actually legit. If he did not say that shit, he's going to go play golf and the hell with it. You know what that tells me? He's not a fighter, man. He's talking fight. Because I was always wondering, where you been the last 20 years, pal? Where you been? I've been fighting these Clinton Bush bullshit for a long time, you know. But it's like I haven't been on YouTube that long, but I've been fighting this crap a long time. Um, Now Jennifer Flowers, she also witnessed Clinton freaking. And there's a lot of people witnesses Clinton freaking doing cocaine. It's like there was like a 13-year-old girl was what was it guy Jimmy Guy Tucker or whatever the hell his name is. I forgot the hell the guy. Everybody around Bill Clinton got busted except him. The only thing that happened to Bill Clinton is he lost his. He got impeached. He lost his attorney bar license and he got it back. But then in the meantime, went around doing all these speeches for like 100 grand a pop. But everybody else around him got busted. All his friends got busted for cocaine, giving cocaine to 13-year-old girls and stuff like that. And with what's his? I forgot the guy's name, but down that island in the Caribbean where they stay, where they have the underage girls and stuff, and even the British royal family's involved with it. Clinton goes down there at the plane, stuff like that. There's all this kind of shit going on, and yet people are supporting this crap. Here you got Hillary Clinton with, Umar Aberdeen. That's been her girlfriend since 2007. She's got a high position in the freaking State Department, and she's all hooked up with the Muslim Brotherhood, giving all kinds of secrets to the Muslim Brotherhood. Hillary Clinton put her private emails on a separate server. Why? Because she was hiding stuff from what the government could see, so she could make deals for herself. I mean, it's not just a matter of screwing up. I mean, she was hiding what she was making deals with for her own Clinton Foundation. As a matter of fact, when the Clintons gave charitable contributions, you know what they do as a charitable contribution? They give to their own foundation. Of course, that's a deduction. That's a deduction. How's that? You like that? Anyway, now I also want to bring this up because nobody brings this up. What about John F. Kennedy Jr.? When he had that plane crash, that Cessna, and you realize how many of the people that were Clinton campaign managers and stuff had small plane crashes, and it's like I think it has to do with when they point the nose down, it cuts off the gas supply, and then the engine's cut off and the plane crashes. So John F. Kennedy crashed in the ocean near what the hell was it? I don't know if it was too far from Martha's Vineyard or somewhere around there, and he died. You know what he was doing? He was thinking of running. He was going to run for the New York State Senate. Guess who would have been the New York State Senator instead of Hillary Clinton? John F. Kennedy Jr. Hillary Clinton didn't stand a chance freaking winning the primary against John F. Kennedy Jr. Not a chance in hell. So he's dead. How many people saying that, right? I mean, I'll tell you what the fuck I think is going on here. Here's John F. Kennedy Jr. saluting his father's coffin. His father was assassinated back in November, John F. Kennedy, in November of 1963, for multiple of reasons. He was putting out silver certificates. He was going to basically curtail the power of the Federal Reserve. He was going to stop, the escalation of the war in Vietnam. there's a lot of stuff. A lot of people were pissed off at him. Actually, LBJ hated his guts. LBJ even said, you know, before he died, it's common knowledge too. He said before John F. Kennedy died the day before he died, he said, "I'm gonna have to worry about that Irish mafia bitch no more." Something to those words, to those effect. After tomorrow, and then JFK was dead. And you have to be an idiot. You know, somebody I know a little bit about ballistics and stuff. The Lee Harvey Oswald didn't pull the trigger. That's bullshit. The wound, the weapon, the trajectory. God, there was several shots fired at JFK. But you could look on YouTube and you can find better stuff. But I knew the stuff before YouTube was even around. What the deal was with the JFK assassination. So here you got JFK Jr. mourning his father, and here JFK Jr. grows up to be somebody that would be pro-USA for real, and he's dead. He dies in a small plane crash. Just like four of the former bodyguards four of Clinton's former bodyguards were killed at Waco. They were in Waco, not on in the side with the Christians, with the Christian Bible thumpers, whatever the hell they were inside the compound. They were the ones that were doing the assault on the compound. But they all got shot through the head of the top of the head. One of them through the top of the head. They're former Clinton bodyguards. You know why they got killed? They weren't headshots from the Christians, man. They're no good at shooting. I guarantee you that right now. They got eliminated because they knew too much. John F. Kennedy was the only good president we had probably in the last 50 years at least. I can almost say that. At least 50 years. At least. Probably more than that. Probably have to go back to the 20s before we find somebody who's even remotely as good as this guy. He probably should be on a bill maybe he wouldn't be a bad guy to put on a freaking bill, that's for sure. A 20 or something too, John F. Kennedy. That's somebody, and they showed a picture of Billy Clinton back when he was a young White House. What the hell was he, a Rhodes Scholar or some bullshit, shaking JFK's hand? Just because he shook his hand don't mean he freaking has anything to do with or any likeness to the real JFK. Bill Clinton was a draft dodger. Bill Clinton ran to Canada and avoided the Vietnam War. Remember what John F. Kennedy did? He was in World War II. He was a commander in a PT boat 109, the PT boat that got cut in half by the Japanese destroyer. John Kennedy had to swim to the island. He dragged one of the injured crewmen to the island. They lived off of coconuts. He wrote on a coconut about getting help. He had to swim over to another island, and he rescued. That actually caused the rescue of his fellow crewmen different at PT boat. John F. Kennedy, he injured his back severely. He used to always sit in a rocking chair. I mean, what the hell does Bill Clinton have to do with that? As a matter of fact, Bill Clinton, during the time when he was in UK, he was organizing protests against the Vietnam War. Now, when you're a protester against the Vietnam War, that doesn't mean you're involved in the KGB or subversive activities against the United States. But that's just being a regular protester. But if you're a Bill Clinton, if you're an organizer of a protest like Bill Clinton was, like you're the guy on the top that's organizing the protest, he's the guy that always has a KGB handler. As a matter of fact, Bill Clinton went off to Finland on a trip with another person and his KGB handler, and then he and his KGB handler went to Moscow in the dead of the winter, back way before the Cold War was over with the Russians. So the guy's flat out communist operative. There's no doubt about it, which is Hillary Clinton herself too. The only guy I could say that was actually for free enterprise in a real American way that I know of was a Democrat by the name of John F. Kennedy. And probably his son would have been the same way, John F. Kennedy Jr. Not 100% sure about Trump, man. Not 100% sure about him. Because if he turns out and he says, after this, because you remember Ross Perot talking about NAFTA? I mean, that guy, what he was saying was true. What he was saying, remember Ross Perot talking about NAFTA? What he was saying was true. It was absolutely true. But what did he actually do after that? He got a lucrative contract for his computer software from the Clintons as payback for running on a third party in 1992 and 1996, because that was the only way the Clintons could have actually won. Because back then, George Herbert Walker Bush was riding a 90% 90% popularity rating from the 1991 Desert Storm when Saddam Hussein got whooped, the guy that was going to do the mother of all wars. Remember that? And George Herbert Walker Bush was riding a 90% popularity rating. I mean, yeah, his popularity rating was slipping a little bit, and NAFTA was scaring him, and he talked scaring people, and New World Order was scaring people and shit. Of course, Bill Clinton's the same damn thing. But you know how are you gonna freaking make George Bush lose with a popularity rating like that? Say he lost some of his popularity rating. Say he went down to 70%. How are you gonna lose? Well, you gotta have a third party. That's what Ross Perot came in, Bart. But that was a rigged system right there. I was always afraid that Trump was gonna pull this crap because he was always buddy with the Clintons. But after a while, I started thinking, well, maybe he's not, because he was in the New York Military Academy for 5 years, from when he was a young teenager to a late teenager. He is instilled with a lot of patriotism. But I'm thinking, dude, if you just quit after, say you don't get the nomination, and you just quit and you go play golf and you don't fight Hildebeest, I'm gonna say you're a load of shit from day one. How's that? Now that might not be a popular thing to say. I know it ain't. But you know, I don't like think, oh, hey, this guy's gonna do everything for me and fix it for me. Yeah, right. I don't need this fucker. You know what I mean? I don't need this fucker. I tell you what, I'll do whatever I can. This will be one of my. It's kind of like the Old West, hang the bitch to Old West writing. Hang the bitch, Hildebeest. You know, it's a little bit better than, was that Hillary for prison shit? You know, with the red, white, and blue. No. Now this is hang the bitch, Marine Corps colors, red and gold, Hildebeest in black, so you know what the hell she's about. She's a death angel, right? And you know, everybody in government, you can't expect them to freaking do anything because you know what? They're all on the payroll. You remember way back when he used to have the show, The Untouchables, the FBI, The Untouchables. You know why he had The Untouchables? Because most of the FBI was corrupted. That was the only way they can get to freaking Al Capone. Well, the Al Capone today is this guy. You know, he's running the Hildebeest. He'll probably be appointed to, I don't know, UN. But, you know, if it's not him and he croaks, it'll be some other shithead like, you know, in other words, these people are getting old, man. You know, Bill Clinton, this guy's like, he's be walking around with a cane pretty soon or some shit. Like George Bush, you know, HW. Guy's in a wheelchair. Or Henry Kissinger. You know, I mean, these guys, if it ain't him, it'll be some other shithead. But, you know, when I look at it like, you know, whoever it's going to be that replaces this guy will be evil too. You know, it's like one goes right in the other thing. I don't need Donald Trump to do my fighting for me all along. I'm fighting on my own too. And partly that's why I put out some of these videos too, because I want people to be alerted to some shit that even this jackass Alex Jones doesn't tell people, because that guy's Mr. Clickbait to the max. You know what I mean? You know Alex Jones, man. I shouldn't say, because you know every time they say you can't criticize Alex Jones, and fuck you. You know what? That guy is load of it too, man. He's Mr. Clickbait, freaking scare the crap out of people. But well, we'll see what kind of fighter you are, because Donald, if you're a fighter and you don't get this election nomination wrapped up, you just decide to go play golf. I know what I'd be doing. I'd be slamming the shit out of the Hildebeest. I'd be funding all kinds of crap under the scenes with to freaking undermine her bullshit left and right. You know, and you know the thing is, I heard this through the grapevine. I heard that he's got information on Barack Obama with his college transcripts, a lot of stuff about with the birth certificate, and that birth certificate's obvious as shit. It was a fraud, because Barack Obama, he's listed as black back in, was it 1961, whatever the hell it was. Nobody referred to people, the black people, as black back then. They were either like colored or Negro or something like that, or whatever. It wasn't like black. That was a new term. They used to put on the birth certificates colored or Negro. They didn't put black. That was another, but that thing was so fake. I mean, the letters, when you blow it up, the letters are crooked. They didn't even know how to freaking scam a document. These guys are so stupid. I couldn't believe that shit. That one they posted on the White House thing. I saw the analysis of it, but I was laughing my ass off at that. But he's got enough information on Barack Obama, Hillary Clinton, Bill Clinton. I got plenty of information on what I even know what this guy knows. He probably knows more. What I'm thinking is, he supposedly says he'll release it. Supposedly the word is that he'll release it if something happens to him. I don't know. I don't know. You know? I don't know. We'll see. We'll see. But I do know if you just disappear in the woodwork, if you lose the nomination, you just disappear in the woodwork, that tells me you never were a fighter from day one. You never were. You never were. So anyway, any of you guys out there, you want to freaking fight the bitch? I mean, you can get the word out, hang the bitch, heal the beast. Because, she's a traitor. She's a traitor. She's a traitor to everybody. I mean, not just the country. She defends rapists, including her rapist husband. She defends the Saudi crooked regime. She defends drug dealers. She hates blacks because she's a freaking white privileged bitch. She's using the blacks left and right so she has a political stepping stone so she can get in office. And she'll throw them under the bus. And you know what? If you really want to look back, the party of racism was the Democratic Party. It was. It really was. The Democratic Party was the party of racism. They got a new kind of racism today. It's not the way it used to be. It's called like this. Oh, we got Planned Parenthood in the cities where all the minorities are, so we make sure they get plenty of abortions. You understand? That's why they're all for that kind of shit, right? That's liberal? No, it ain't liberal. That's called population control. Get it? So anyway, figure I'd drop a few dimes on here, and there's a hell of a lot more I could say, but I've already been long on this video, and you're going to get more information from me than you probably will elsewhere. There's no doubt about that. And I'm not a Republican. I'm not a Democrat, and probably be more of a libertarian maybe, but you're too weak to freaking do the job. But I look at it like this. It's not going to be one person that's going to come in on a white horse and fix everything. Everybody's going to have to do their part, and then eventually it'll get straightened out. Don't lose faith. Don't put all your faith in Donald Trump. I'll tell you that. Don't put all your faith in one man. Because right there, you're actually freaking giving up the democratic process. You're giving up the individual citizens' rights by doing that. It's like you're saying, you got to have one guy fix everything for me. I mean, as much as I like JFK, I mean, fine. I don't put all my faith in one person. That's the way it goes. Everybody as an individual needs to do their share. And that's what one thing he used to always say. Ask not what your country can do for you. Ask what you can do for your country. If everybody does their share and everybody fights for what's right, things will straighten out.